This episode might make you feel better, or it might make you feel self-conscious, because I'm going to be talking about visual beauty today and self-image, about comparing your looks to others and feeling inferior, and why this is simply the wrong way to think about your looks. And sometimes it's easier for me to simply avoid challenging topics like this because we're all very, very tender about our looks. And I mean everyone. Even the Instagram models with millions of followers, they stress about their looks, maybe even more than most of us. Everyone feels insecurities about their looks. So it's okay if you feel that way. That's normal. And if you'd rather just skip this episode, that's totally fine too. This is not a must listen, but I'm doing the episode because it's actually my most requested topic at this point. I've been getting a lot of emails and Instagram messages that are saying, "Hey daddy, I'm not feeling good about my body or my looks. Can you talk about it?" And the answer is yes, I can talk about it. And it also makes me reflect. Let me ask you, why do you think all these little bunnies want to hear me talk about it specifically? It seems like the world is saturated with people talking about looks. So what value could my voice possibly add, little bunny? Why I to talk about it? Well, I think there's 3 reasons that little bunnies are interested in hearing it from me. It's because I really love you. It's because you really love me. And it's because I will always, always be honest with you. And that's the key to this episode, little bunny. The honesty. I want you to really be able to trust what I'm saying is true. That's one of the challenges with any of these tricky topics, is you gotta figure out who's giving it to you straight. Well, guess what, little bunny? This episode is all about me giving it to you straight. So to prove it, we're gonna start with the bitter stuff, okay? The first uncomfy truth about looks is that looks do matter in life. We know this from scientific studies. We're all biased favorably towards people we find attractive. All of us, little bunnies. So no pointing fingers unless you've got a little bunny paw pointing right back at yourself too, okay? And we can say looks shouldn't matter. That would be nice. But the honest truth is that good looks are indeed a thing, okay? They're a thing, and once you accept that, it frees you up to have a different relationship with it. So don't let it get you down, because there's also a plot twist at the end of the episode that I think will make you feel better about the fact that looks actually do make a difference. Should I tell you the plot twist right now? Maybe I'll save it. I won't spoil it. But I want you to internalize just the fact that I'm going to be 100% honest with you, okay? So I'm not going to lie. Everything I say is going to be true. And the plot twist at the end is something that's going to feel good, especially if you really, really, really believe that, yes, I am telling you the truth. So while we're in the uncomfy part of the episode still, let me give you the quote for the week. I felt a bit guilty a few episodes back for quoting a U.S. president from the blue political team over here in America. So I want to balance it out by quoting someone from the red team. So this is a quote from the 45th President of the United States, and it goes like this. A person who's flat-chested is very hard for them to be a 10. To be fair, to this person. They didn't say it while they were president, but while they were running beauty pageants, which is even worse. I'm using this quote because I certainly don't agree with it, but it really represents how honestly completely inaccurate and confused this way of thinking is about physical beauty. Little bunny, I hate beauty pageants. They've always given me such an icky feeling, and I forbid you from ever competing in one. And I hereby also place a 5-minute time limit on you ever watching one. A beauty pageant, if you're not aware, is where the organizers line up a bunch of gorgeous women, and then judges make a decision about who is the most attractive, and that woman wins a crown. And then everyone else feels really, really inferior and bad about themselves. The women on the stage and everyone watching at home too, which is looking at, this is the single ideal of what beauty is, and now I have to compare myself in all these different ways to how similar I am to this person, and now I have to feel insecure about all the ways I'm different. So what do you think is the biggest thing that I hate about beauty pageants, little bunny? The obvious one that I think we all hate about them is that it reinforces looks as being the primary source of value for someone. But I have a surprising reason too that I don't like beauty pageants. See if you can guess it. And I'll read the quote one more time. And I want you to think about what I really, really hate about this quote and what it says, or what it represents about this beauty pageant way of treating physical beauty. A person who's flat-chested is very hard for them to be a 10. I'm at peace, little bunny, that physical attraction exists. It's the truth that it exists. And once you accept that, you're free to enjoy it, to let it become a joy in your life, in our lives. I don't stop myself from enjoying being physically attracted to someone. And if you feel those guilts, just let it go. When you're struck by a sense of physical attraction for someone, don't feel guilty about it. Just enjoy it. It's beautiful. Listen to my episode number 5, Lust is Beautiful, if you want me to bring you some peace about feeling lust. It's one of my favorite episodes. But what about this quote and the beauty pageants, little bunny? What do I hate that's beside the obvious one of placing looks in this pedestal? I hate, little bunny, that in beauty pageants there is one crown. Let me explain. You might not get this at first. A person who's flat-chested is hard to be a 10. A 10 for who, little bunny? By the averaged votes of the panel of the judges. Judges all giving a score, 1 out of 10. And you just average them up, and whoever gets the highest rating, well, you just give them that one single crown and label them first place and then call it a day. It's just so inaccurate, little bunny. It's not even that I'm offended. It's that it makes me angry that it's so incorrect about how physical beauty works. Here's my version of a beauty pageant, if I had to do one, which I hope I never, ever will. But mine would be based on reality about how physical attraction works. It's about the truth, little bunny. Remember, this is only honesty in this episode. This is an episode only of honesty. In the Lindy pageant, we gather all our beautiful contestants, which doesn't include you, little bunny, because I have forbidden you from ever entering a beauty contest, even if it's mine. And the first thing we do is we get rid of the judging panel. We do away with any kind of voting, any kind of averaging scores or trying to decide who's going to get first place. There's no one single crown, little bunny. Instead, we're going to give one crown to every person who's watching the competition, okay? Our 45th president will surely not give his crown to a person he considers flat-chested, but guess what, little bunny? There are hordes of people who have crowns to give who feel the exact opposite as him. These are people who are saying to themselves, a person who's flat-chested is very easy to be a 10. And I'll even prove it, little bunny. Let's be scientific, shall we? Yes, we like science in the garden. I'm going to use Reddit as a little truth yardstick. We're going to collect data from Reddit, not survey data, but behavioral data, okay? We're going to look at what people are really actually attracted to. What are people oogling over in the privacy of their own beds? So if you don't know how Reddit works, it's a website where anyone can found a community about any topic, and people can choose to join these communities and post things. And little bunny, there's a lot of pictures of naked people on Reddit. So let's see what kinds of naked people like to look at. Let's get some truth data, little bunny. 800,000 members for the community, huge boobs. 500,000 members for the community, AA cups. These are big numbers, by the way, for Reddit communities. So what does this mean? We have these two totally different breast size communities that are dedicated to showing pictures of people that have breasts in these categories, and they both have a ton of people, little bunny. Okay, if you had just one crown to give and you put it to a vote, well, yes, the vote would go to the person with the larger breasts because it's 800,000 to 500,000. But little bunny, 500,000 people are dying to give their crown to someone with a relatively flat chest. So are you a little bunny maybe with female anatomy that has been exhausting yourself worrying about the size of different parts of your body? Little bunny, it really, really doesn't make a difference, because in reality, there is not one crown to give. Maybe you're a little bunny that likes having a very busy romantic life with lots of partners, but you're worried you're gonna lose that beauty pageant crown if you get labeled as a tramp, because, oh no, it's not becoming of a beauty pageant winner to have lots of partners or have lots of this and that going on. Little bunny, 350,000 members for the community called Stupid Sluts Club, where self-labeled sluts share their own stories of their own juicy escapades. And there are thousands of crowns being dished out to these mischievous little pleasure seekers, little bunny, okay? Are you promiscuous? Are you traditional? It doesn't make a difference in your eligibility for a crown, little bunny, because there is not one crown. Are you concerned about the size of your body? The community called Curvy, little bunny, has 1.4 million members. These are all very large numbers for Reddit, little bunny. So maybe you're saying, okay, Daddy, I get it. Any category that I belong to, there's crowns waiting to be had. Correct. But what if I'm not the best in those categories? What if I'm not deserving of those crowns? Well, check this out. Even on Reddit, there's an average kind of voting system. So in any of these communities, you can sort by like the highest voted, and you get it's like a judging panel again, where you have this averaged system of rankings, and a general consensus is conformed around this like mysterious average. And yeah, you can say like, here's the winner of the month for the most beautiful curvy person. But once again, I hate this aspect because it's so inaccurate, little bunny. This is not how physical attraction works. We aren't attracted to people by some kind of average, by some kind of judging panel that gives out a crown. There's another subreddit, Little Bunny, which I'll prefer not to name because it makes me feel a little bit icky, because it essentially is a beauty pageant. It's where people post pictures of 2 or more women in the same photo. So maybe it's a few friends, maybe it's a lineup of models, maybe it's a genuine beauty pageant. Isn't that ironic? And the game is that people go into the comments and they post their own preferred ranking of the women in the photos. These are people's honest desires. Their physical preferences are laid bare under the protection of secrecy. It's the opposite of a judging panel because there's no averaging happening. Each comment that's posted is someone giving their own crown. Little bunny, you would not believe how little a consensus there is in these comments. Imagine a photo is posted of 5 women. In the beauty pageant way of thinking, you'd average up the comments and you'd have a first place and a second place and a third and a fourth and a fifth. But that's inaccurate. That's not how physical attraction works. If you look at the comments, every single one of those 5 women will have received at least one crown, at least one first place vote. In a picture of 5 women, there are 5 women who win first place. And I mean, really, a genuine first place. That crown is theirs and theirs alone as the winner. Are you starting to have the revelation, little bunny? Are you starting to see the plot twist to the way you see yourself, to the way you think about physical beauty? You are more attractive than you think you are. This is not even my opinion. This is not me trying to tell you a comforting lie. You are more attractive than you think you are. Even if you've never felt like you're the most attractive person in the room, you are higher up than you think. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. You are undervaluing yourself because you're invalidating the categories you belong to. I'm too this. I'm not enough that. All the beauty pageant winners look like this. Wrong. Incorrect. That's not how attraction works. Every category has hordes of people who drool over it. And what's the second pitfall? Pause 1 second. I got interrupted. I'm going to say quieter now. You look at the other people in your category and you say, oh, I'm not first place in this category of my peers. Wrong. Incorrect. There's a lot of first places. There's a lot of crowns flying around. And guess what, little bunny? I bet you've got one and you don't even know it. At least one of them. You are more attractive than you think you are, little bunny. I will not lie to you. You are more attractive than you think you are. Okay, let's do announcements, and then I have a really nice poem for you at the end. So first up, the locked audio this week was a live bedtime story. It was our 3rd edition. The recording will be posted very soon on Patreon. The current price of Patreon is just $3 a month for all of the content that is under the sun. It's priced way lower than I would otherwise charge for it, or that I could otherwise charge for it, because I would prefer the garden to be a place that doesn't feel like a big sacrifice to be a part of. So the Patreon is 18 and up because there is some spicy content on there, but there's a few free ones that are appropriate for all ages. You can go listen to the very first one. If you scroll all the way down, it's a little trance audio to help you fall asleep. You don't need to sign up or create an account. Just scroll all the way down to the very beginning. I can't remember the date, but it's a sleep audio. It'll help you fall asleep. It's patreon.com/Lindy's Garden. You either have to type in the URL or search for it on Google. It doesn't show up if you search for it within Patreon because it is 18 and up only, and I will put a link in the show notes. Okay, next up, my next episode of the audiobook A Year of Love and Ligature just released for free on YouTube. It was a great premiere. It's becoming very shonen. It's like an erotic shonen at this point. It's becoming very, very epic. And if you want to give it a shot, I think it's really worth it. But I would say at least get into the third episode. That's when it really starts to pick up. So yeah, I'm Lindy's Garden on YouTube. You can follow the link also. And I think that is everything. So with that, I'll slow us back down and I'll read for you the poem I wrote for you today. I've never seen an average person. The entire concept's a riddle. Who is this one person who's like no one else? This person who's right in the middle. They're more this than those ones, and they're less that than the others. And strangely, they have 1.6 sisters and brothers. This rare average person is truly an exception. So why do we let them choose beauty's conception? Our lust gets excited by personal kinks with nothing related. The average one thinks we're all above average. It's as good as it sounds. With billions of humans, there's billions of crowns. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, my beautiful little bunny. Go out and be confident in the world because you look freaking amazing. Let's go get some crowns together, you and me. All right? Love you lots. Bye.